What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. And today you have Randolph, Jarrell, and myself unfortunately couldn't make it today, but we will try our best to keep moving forward. Today we will be reviewing the blockbuster hit Spider-Man Brand New Day. So sit back, relax, and turn it to 11. Alrighty then, here we are. Finally, what is this? Is it the fourth installment of the Spider-Man? The Tom Holland Spider-Man, right?
It is the fourth. It is the fourth.
Yeah. How did you guys? So first, what were your expectations going into it? Like, were you guys excited? Were you guys nervous? What was going on?
I wasn't nervous at all. It's been like 5 years since the last one, and for the most part, they've all been good with little nitpicks here and there. But overall, it's been good. And Spider-Man is just a really strong brand for Marvel, so I know they weren't gonna cut any corners, do anything wrong. They're gonna do whatever they can to make this movie good. So I wasn't worried at all.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't realize it was 5 years.
Yeah, that's actually true. It's been a while, but I think this movie met my expectations. Nothing less, nothing more, but just like right at the spot right there.
Nice.
What about you, Leo?
I mean, everybody knows Spider-Man. Well, not everybody knows, but everybody should know that Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero, hands down, no questions asked. And so I was looking forward to it. Just
Which
Spider-Man in general. I like. Yeah. Just Spider-Man as a whole is I just enjoy it. And
Okay.
between Peter Parker or Morales and all that, the Spider-Verse is just amazing. I think the artwork in that is great. I can't wait for whatever they're going to come up with next. That's the word I was trying to say, right? But I mean, Peter Parker's just got a special place in my heart. Obviously, just growing up watching him. But yeah. I've really enjoyed this. And going in, I was excited. I was super excited. I wanted to go. What was it? The Thursday night, whenever they like not officially, but because now they do it on Thursdays.
Yeah,
they've been doing it on Thursdays for a while.
Like Wednesday or
Yeah.
midnight, like Wednesday night, but midnight close to Thursday.
There's a part of me that kind of misses like that Friday is the update, but maybe it's just the nostalgia.
I still go on, even if it's open on Wednesday or Thursday. I still wait till Friday anyway myself.
There we go.
Yeah.
Purist over here, purist.
Yes, definitely. I understand 100%.
But I really enjoyed it. So were you guys, what was I going to ask? I was going to say, did you guys know that Jean Grey was the antagonist, I guess if we want to call her the antagonist?
Yes, I knew. Everyone theorized about it. Well, because it wasn't officially released, but just off the trailers and just all the behind the scenes shots, anything that people showed of her, and when they said it was Sadie Sink with the red hair, everyone just assumed it was her. There was other characters that people thought it could have been, but everyone was pretty confident that it was her. So did we know for sure? For sure, no. But that's just what everyone was assuming. So yes, we all knew.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know.
But that's good.
I didn't. No. Hey, I completely agree. I didn't know until what was so they had the car scene where she's in the car, like where MJ's falling down, Spider-Man saves her, and then the guy comes out of the car and she's in the back seat.
Oh yeah.
And then I think that's the moment I'm like, wait, is she Jean Grey? And I think like the next scene is them saying it was Jean Grey. And I'm like, I guess it is. And so I tried my bestest, and I think I succeeded at not interacting with any kind of spoilers. I watched part of the trailer for the movie, but I tried my hardest not to watch anything, no spoilers, no theories, no nothing. I just wanted to go into this as blind as a bat and just be like surprised with whatever they were coming. Like the only thing I knew for sure that was happening was that the Punisher was going to be in it, because that's the part of the trailer that I did watch. Right. But other than that, I didn't know anything else. Wait, no, that's not true. I do remember like a part of the scene where like, where the old lady's inside of the tank and then something just moves out of her and possesses another person. And I was just like, what the heck is that? Like, I was like, what creature is like possessing people this
Right?
way? This is
Yeah.
kind of crazy, right? And I was trying to really think like, is there a bad guy that has this ability? And I could not think of anybody off the top of my head. But so yeah, I went into this completely blind.
That's good. Like Jarrell said, it's always good to have that element of surprise. Unfortunately, with me and social media, I was telling the kids like I need to stay off like TikTok and Reels, and it was just there. Like my algorithm is all nerdy stuff. So Spider-Man was like huge, and Jean Grey, Sadie Sink, the correlation between like when Jean Grey was pulling what's his name towards her, almost like how Vecna was pulling Will towards him in Stranger Things. Like there was a lot of connection, and VMAX, and her name was Max in Stranger Things. It was just a lot going on. So
I heard people talking about that. That's like, yo, this is just Stranger Things,
yeah,
but in a different suit. And I sat there for a little bit, like, I guess you're kind of right.
I have a question for you guys. So you said it was like 5 years since No Way Home came out, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So was this Spider-Man movie like the movie that we needed after No Way Home, or did we feel like it took like a step back?
Okay, so multi-layered answer to this. So yes, it's what we needed. So in interviews, they said that Sony wanted to do another Avengers type of Spider-Man movie, make it bigger, more grandiose. But Tom Holland, and because I think he's like an executive producer or a producer. So he had a lot of sway this time, and him and Marvel wanted to do a more ground level Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Take all the Tony Stark tech away, take all his help away, although he still had a shit ton of help this movie, but make it more a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So I guess Marvel won over Sony as far as which direction they were going to go. So it's definitely what we needed. And I take the first 3 movies as his origin in itself. All 3 of those movies was like his origin story. And now he can go and, he's done it for a whole bunch of years. Cause I believe even in the movie, it's supposed to be like a 3 or 4 year gap between the end of Doctor Strange's spell and this movie. So he's been Spider-Man for a long time. He knows what he's doing. And this is like, even though he didn't go to college, but the first 3 movies was like high school. So this is college. So this is more grown, more adult. He's dealing with more adult stuff, and he's just older, and he's coming to his own as far as like how he is Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. First, it's been 4 years because by the Ned and MJ graduated MIT already.
Right, okay, there
point.
You go. Yeah.
And so So they graduated MIT and they were already like doing work stuff, right? Being an adult. And then also I didn't know, once again, went into this blind, didn't really know what to expect, but I did notice, and I was sitting there the entire time just going, man, I really like his suit. It's so classic.
Yeah.
And you explaining that, I'm like, and I did watch after the fact, like some of the decisions that they were making and stuff. And they wanted a more grounded Spider-Man and all that. And I was like, that explains. And I really did like that they just went back to just having a classic looking Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
Right. And so, I really enjoyed it. And apparently a lot of this movie was, I'm so happy that more people are finally getting on board. You guys already, people have already heard me complain about CGI for too long. And this movie has been like, they were a lot more practical with this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of the scenes were practical. They weren't CGI. And I'm just like, thank you. Finally, we're coming back to the things that just made, like, we understand that a person can't fly, or jump like 40 feet into the air, but he is a superhero, and you can still, we will believe it. All right. We don't need CGI to do it. The wires are perfectly like good enough. And in my opinion, I think it just gives it a flavor that has been lost to, in my opinion, laziness of CG.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. It was great. I loved it.
No, his suit was actually it was a physical suit. It wasn't a CG suit like the first 3 movies. And a lot of his web slinging swing scenes he did himself, or as much as he could. But yeah, they only use CG when they really, really had to. They tried to do as much as they could practically. And I will say this out of all the live action Spider-Man movies, this has the best web swinging that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It looks so good
because physics are involved. And I mean, you could do that with a computer, sure, but reality, you could do it better in real life than in because it's actually happening. But to answer
100%.
Randall's question, if this is the movie that we needed, yeah, I think so. I think like No Way Home was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Probably in part, I think for a big part because of the nostalgia that came with it. Man, I was right. The nostalgia that came with it. Seeing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and seeing I forgot his name.
Andrew Garfield.
Yes, yeah, Andrew Garfield's Spider. Seeing their Spider-Man as well, and then seeing the Green Goblin and the Sandman and all these other characters, you're like, yo, this is the sickest thing ever, right? Just seeing these people you grew up watching.
Yeah.
And it was really great. But you could tell, I mean, I can't believe it's been 5 years since that movie came out because I feel like it just came out not that long ago.
Yep, same.
But you can really tell that there was real work, real intention in what they were trying to write for this movie. They took their time and they used it wisely, and it wasn't just a crappy AI scripted scene, or movie. Which I'm not saying that the other movies that have come out are AI generated, but they feel just so unoriginal that you're just wow, this is not good at all.
That's not it. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it just felt like they really combed through everything to make sure that it worked out. I do have a few, maybe one or two gripes about this movie that we'll definitely get into, but overall enjoyed every second of it.
Same. Yep.
All right, Randolph, answer your own question first.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was gonna say that I don't think it's a step backwards. I think the events that happened in No Way Home, it felt almost like a closure for all three of the Spider-Mans that we were so used to. And it just felt like a brand new day, which is what we got. And not only a brand new day for the literal meaning of it, but I feel like it's just something new for Tom Holland's type of Spider-Man. And then the fact that he was just reconnecting more to his arachnid abilities. And it was kind of like a callback to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. He went on top of the roof and, tried to sling his web. And the funny part was he was he's gagging and stuff. It was so funny. And he just became just very powerful, super powerful. And not only that, but he went back and what you guys say, he just became the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And, I feel that Punisher, I don't think Hulk would be a street level kind of hero. I think he's more world level. I think he's just very powerful. Punisher is more like a street level hero. Spider-Man is street level or universal. But with Jean Grey adding into the mix, she's just that's one of the most Omega level type of mutant you can get. And then here comes Spider-Man just doing his thing. But the one thing that I also noticed is that I know he became super powerful because I think his emotions just got too high, and then he just triggered something in him that made him more powerful and everything. But do you guys think that he became a little bit too powerful for his own good? Or
go ahead, Lee. I'll let you go first.
Shoot. That's a good question. Did he become too powerful for his own good?
I definitely have an answer for that.
I'm truly asking because I don't know how. I kind of get the gist of how powerful and superhuman strength and everything that Spider-Man has. But I'm trying to see how he kind of matches up with the likes of the mutants. And I guess my question is kind of going towards when Doomsday comes around. But I just wanted to see kind of gauge versus his comic book strength and his MCU strength, if they're comparable, or are they off the charts, or
I don't think I mean, as far as I can remember, I don't think it is. I don't think it's off the chart, or I think they are. I don't think he's more powerful than he's supposed to be. I guess I don't know if that answers your question. I think he was right where he's supposed to be for the most part. But then again, we were the villain in this, which isn't even a villain for the most part, right? But is Jean Grey a good comparison for his physical strength when her abilities come from much more like from I mean she was possessing people, right? And the people that she was like other than Scorpion, right? Who he constantly just keep beating up. Like the montage of him just fighting every day, he just kept whooping everybody's butt. Like there wasn't a villain that was strong enough for him, right?
Yeah.
And granted, he literally just came back from fighting, Thanos and all of them, which are like universe changing enemies. Right. So yeah, and these are all like street thugs for the most part. So I think like they were like Spider-Man is just stronger, period. Like if I remember, he just is, right? You just have to think of like I think you have to remember the concept of what a spider can hold like so much more weight than their own body weight, right? And so you just have to multiply that to a human-sized spider person, right? And so that's what they're trying to mimic that idea. Like if a spider is strong for their size, then a human who has spider abilities must also be extremely stronger for their size.
Gotcha,
right?
That makes sense.
And so I don't know. I think they were cutting that path, but I don't think there were any bad guys that were a big enough threat to really challenge his abilities, right? And in the end, the bad guy was just a bunch of humans who were just
with tech suits.
Yeah. And they were just taking advantage of people with abilities like mutants and stuff, right? And I guess even in this universe, the humans keep taking advantage of mutants and discriminating, I guess, so right?
Dang.
So what about you, Jarrell?
Okay, so the strength thing. So think of Captain America and Spider-Man. They both have super strength. I would say Captain America is a little stronger than Spider-Man, but and they both have agility, but Spider-Man's agility is what sets him apart from most superheroes. So I would say if Captain America is a 10, I would say Spider-Man is probably like an 8 in strength. But he makes up with his agility and his spider sense.
And that makes sense too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. He can, a lot of insects can, he's an arachnid, but yes, they can move more than what they're, more times than their body weight. I remember way when I was younger, I feel like they said he had the strength of 10 men, but like nowadays, I don't know how it was just like, horsepower. Horsepower was determined by how many horses could pull a car. Well, now the rate, like what they do now, how they compare that is totally different, but he's definitely strong. And all the villains they showed, he has no problem beating all those. None of those villains except for Scorpion are like C and D tier of his rogues list or roster.
Yeah.
So none of those people ever gave him. I didn't like the whole him turning into arachnid. I'm okay with that. And they explained it as far as that he's only trying to be Spider-Man. So he doesn't need to be Peter Parker. He doesn't need the human side of himself. So if he's trying to be more Spider-Man, then his arachnid side is going to take over. That part was okay because in the comics, he turned into a man spider. And they did it
spider, yeah.
Yeah, they did it in the cartoon in the 90s. I know they're not going to go that far, but ideally that's technically what could have happened to him. The whole him getting angry, I was hoping they would save that as a trigger when he gets the Venom suit, because when he gets the symbiote, that is going to it's gonna feed off all of his negative, and it's gonna make him way more aggressive. So they're gonna if they ever do the symbiote, they're gonna have to do that kind of part again, because that's what makes him super OP and super badass when he had that suit, is because everything is fueled off the anger, and the symbiote was fueling and feeding into his aggression, him being more aggressive. So yes, the spider part, it was okay. The anger part, I don't know what they're going to do now. And I know they're not going to do the whole original part of it, because I'm pretty sure they want to they may do it. They want to try to bring in, what's the guy who is Venom?
Oh, Tom Hardy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to bring him in at some point. Maybe. But if they do a full reset and do it like he gets a suit from outer space, he brings it, and then he rejects the suit falls on Eddie, and then he becomes villain or Venom. And then his hate for Spider-Man and the symbiote suit for hate for Spider-Man, they merge, and then that's why Venom's so like he outclasses Spider-Man and everything, because the symbiote knows all the Spider-Man secrets. And then Eddie Brock just is fueling all the hate and rage. So I hope they really do that, because it's just a really cool story. But overall, that aspect of it, the whole premise of the movie is, don't be a workaholic. Make time for your friends. Make time, like have a work life balance. Basically, that's like the whole info of the story. So I felt they did that. I don't like that he's going to keep the organic webbing. I really wish he would stay back and go back to the web shooters. And I don't think it was really clear if he's going to keep it, but if they're saying like now he manages, and so now he's like one with his spider, so he's going to keep all the extra powers he got, or extra strength and everything else. I'm assuming he's going to keep it. He's going to be organic. I am not a fan of that, so that is just
why aren't you a fan of?
Because I like the fact that Spider-Man has to change his web shooters
on something.
Yeah. Okay. He has to I can't just use this willy-nilly. Eventually it's going to run out, and he has to get the little capsules and put it in there, and he has to just be aware of that. And when he gets the Venom suit, he doesn't have to use his web shooters. So it's just Spider-Man, when it comes to basic level stuff, he's not OP like Miles Morales is. He's super OP, but just giving him organic web shooters is one thing. I don't have to ever change cartridges anymore, and it just makes them more powerful. And it just doesn't make sense. If you're going to be Arachnid, it needs to come out of his butt, but it's not. They're never going to do that. So and he's never going to run out of organic web anymore, and it's just going to take away of all the stuff he could do with the web shooters. And I like the science part of it, and I really hope they don't make him a mutant. Hopefully they keep him a mutate. And so I'm talking other stuff. So a mutate a mutant is someone who's born with it and they get it naturally. Right. A mutate is you get it from some outside source and then you become powerful. So Captain America, I just hope they don't go that route.
None of them.
And I know they may do it just to simplify it for the regular audience. Like anyone with powers, they're all mutants. I just really hope they don't do that. But I feel like giving him organic webs, that they may make him that way. I just really hope they don't. And I didn't like the Tobey Maguire organic webs. I was really happy that Andrew Garfield didn't do that. So the fact that they added it, I was okay. And then I just pray and hope that when we see him in Secret Wars or Doomsday, that he does not have it. That's what I pray that he doesn't have it.
Interesting. I never put a lot of thought into the organic webs or the synthetic ones, but I can see your point. Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about one extra thing, right? So
correct.
You can just swing around as much as I can see that. Going back a little bit, talking about Venom and some of that, I did watch that, or I did also read and watch that they were originally going to planning to make it a Sony part of that Sony universe and not part of this Marvel universe. First of all, that would have been. I want to know your opinions on that. But first, I just want to say I think it would have probably come out horribly because other than Venom, all of their other movies have not been good.
Yeah.
Like if DC has a problem, if we're trying to see who'd make the worst movies, DC and Sony are at the bottom of that list. They're fighting to see who comes in last place.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Now, so that's one thing. But here's the other thing about the whole Venom thing that you were just mentioning earlier, because I was thinking about it. So they tried to do that. I don't know if you remember, but I think at the end of, were there 3 Venoms or 2 Venoms?
There was
3, right? Yeah. I think was it the end of the second Venom, he gets transported into the MCU universe. But then at the beginning of the 3rd movie, he gets transported back to his normal universe.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, they did.
They said psych.
So they're like, you know what, we're not going that route anymore for whatever reason, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I completely agree with you. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero, and Venom, I don't care how much other people would like to fight me on this, I will die on this hill. Venom is my favorite Marvel villain. Period. Done. He is not an anti-hero. He is a villain. He has always been a villain. Just my opinion.
What's the last comic book that you read on Venom?
Man, in the 90s. See, that's why.
Well, I'll tell you, in the 2020s, he is definitely an anti-hero.
I know, and that's why I keep getting upset when people say that. I'm like, no, have you guys you're from the wrong time period, guys. No, but I get it. People want bad guys. We don't want bad guys anymore. We just want good guys who are just misunderstood.
If it wasn't for Venom being your favorite villain, now that he's an anti-hero now, I guess, what would it be, or who would it be?
Bro, I don't even know. I guess the Green Goblin, but he's also just a misunderstood old man who, has voices speaking in his head. So what do we? Is he even a bad guy? Is it his fault that these things are happening? Going back to what I was saying about Venom. So he's my favorite he's my favorite villain, right? And so yeah, seeing a Spider-Man Venom mashup, or that would be so dope. I love it. I mean, even though Tobey Maguire's the third Spider-Man with Venom was kind of just not that great, the idea was so fantastic. I was like, yo, Venom, this is going to be sick. And then it was kind of super cheesy, but it's okay. It's whatever. I still love you, Tobey Maguire. But so I would try to, I guess the thing is like, would it be Tom Brady? No, not Tom Brady's a football player. What am I talking about, right?
There's a lot of Toms out there, huh?
There are
Tom Holland.
Hardy, right?
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
No, Holland.
Like Holland.
Oh, Tom Holland.
Man, wait, are you talking about
last name closer than age?
Are you talking about Spider-Man or Venom?
No, Venom.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay,
you're confusing me, Leo. You're confusing me.
Is it me, or is it their parents who named them all the same freaking person?
Shoot. Tom and Jerry,
Tom and Jerry. There you go.
But so, like, would it be Tom Hardy playing him, or would it be a different person playing? Oh my gosh, I forgot the character's name.
Venom.
No,
Eddie Brock.
He's talking about Eddie Brock. Yeah. Would it be somebody else playing Eddie Brock? The same way that this Jean Grey is not the same Jean Grey from the X-Men. It's a completely different Jean Grey.
No,
right?
She's the third Jean Grey, actually.
You're so right. This is the third Jean Grey.
Yeah, she is the third one.
Because they went back to like the 1970s or whenever first class started or whatever. So it would have to be somebody else, right? Or it doesn't even have to be a Brock, right? It could be. So did you guys watch the end credit? That excuse of an end credit scene, right? I can't believe I sat there for 15 minutes just to get that as an end credit scene. But according to the end credit scene, right?
Yeah,
super. I this is part of the thing I wanted to say negative wise, but I'll save that for a little bit later. But like, he's going into outer space, so your idea of him coming in contact with the symbiote out of there, it would be pretty dope. I mean, I can see that being the opportunity for that to show up.
That's where they did it in the comics. So it is the great time. I mean, technically, this is the second time he's going to be in space. So yeah, it's if they're going to do it, if they want to. It all depends on if they want to be true to the comic book. If they do, then he's going to get the black suit at Secret Wars, because that's when he got it in the 80s. Secret Wars, the first version of Secret Wars. That's where he got it. So maybe we'll see. And
yeah, and Sony has to say yes, right?
Yeah, so like Marvel is writing everything, they're doing everything. Sony's just producing it because they still hold the rights. But yes, ultimately they have the final say on if they do it. And Secret Wars is not coming out till next year. And I feel like there's been enough time since the last Venom movie where they can do Venom. And the last time they did Spider-Man with the symbiote was Tobey Maguire, which was over 20 years ago. So they could definitely do Tom Holland with the Venom suit, and what I hope is in the next movie he has it for the whole goddamn movie.
Yeah,
if they go that route. I mean, there's so many things they can do, but yes, if he does get it, I will be super happy. And then now they can show him for a whole movie be really aggressive, really, really, really just fucked up, and just doesn't care and will wreck everybody with this suit, and just. Just like Leo said with the Green Goblin, you got that symbiote talking in your ear and just makes you super powerful. And yeah, you just don't take no shit. So I really hope they do that. And then they can spend the third movie of him rejecting it. And then at the end, someone else gets the Venom. Or if they want to bring Tom Hardy back, he gets the Venom suit. He rejects it. Tom Holland rejects it. The next person gets Venom. And then that could be your next protagonist in the third movie or the fourth movie, whatever they want to do. Like, I can only hope that they go that route.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And by the way, Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007, so it will be 20 years next year.
Oh, I was off a year. I'm sorry.
Off a year. That was kind of amazing, though. I thought it was 2010 when it came out, and the fact that it was 2007, my back hurt just a little bit more seeing that. I was like, yo.
So since you're online, can you fact check when No Way Home came out?
2021. So yeah,
2021. Wow. Okay, so 5 years.
That's crazy. I did not think it was that long ago. I didn't. That blows my mind a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay. So my question to you guys is: do you think that this movie would have still been just as good if it was a part of the Sony universe over the MCU universe?
No, but mainly because what history they would what are they gonna like? We got three movies and an Iron Man movie and a Civil War movie and a Infinity Endgame movie where we have history with Tom Holland. What history? Where would they start with Spider-Man if they just said, like, no, we're going to do one thing? They'd have to do another origin or another something else. So no, I don't think it would be good just because different writers, they would have to do something new. And I don't know. I don't trust Sony in doing new stuff. So to be fair, I liked Kraven. Kraven overall was bad, but there are some parts of that movie, some of the action scenes and everything that I kind of like for Kraven. So I'm just saying, and the guy who played Kraven, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was a great Kraven. So just want to put my 2 cents in that it wasn't all bad. It was still bad, but not all of it was bad. Just, okay, go ahead now. Answer.
I mean, if Sony were to produce this movie and have Tom Holland and have Tom Hardy, that would just be it. Just them two right there. And
so you think that they would put them together?
Like that would I think they would have to in order to even get like half the caliber of this movie.
I mean, true. Okay. They were trying to start, because there's also, what's her name? Dakota, whatever played the character.
Dakota
Madam Web.
Johnson.
Yeah. What was that movie?
Madam Web.
Yeah, Madam Web. I think they were trying to somehow get Tom Holland's Spider-Man into it. That kind, like, have a whole thing with that whole universe. I think that was that was like an original early idea that they had, but thank goodness they didn't go that way. But I do agree. I mean, Kraven wasn't that bad. Kraven was bad, but it's way better than Morbius. Morbius was actually trash.
I enjoyed watching Kraven more than Morbius for sure. Morbius is
I enjoy watching Dry Paint more than Morbius.
And I like the Morbius character. I'm just really disappointed in that movie.
No, 100%. No, there was. I remember making the comment. I remember watching the like the final fight scene, and it was so dark you couldn't see anything. So you were just like, I think they're fighting. I think they're falling down. It was just pitch black, and I'm like, who lit this room?
You were just
lost
the whole time. It's not even a real room.
It's virtual. Why did you put lights in here? And so I just remember
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I just remember it just being really, really dark, and not in like personality wise, just like they forgot to turn on lights, and they like maybe they didn't have a little bit more. They didn't have the money anymore. Like the budget was short, so they had to like cut down on lights.
Like somebody turned the lights off. They didn't pay the electric bill.
Like, yeah, they can figure this out. They know he's a vampire fighting people. We can't have lights. But yeah, I mean, Kraven was okay. I completely agree. I think the better writers are definitely in the MCU. Sony has proven that they really can't write really well.
Nope.
Venom
they
is
cannot.
probably their best.
No.
Yeah, Venom is probably their best thing. Venom 1 was definitely really good. Venom 2 and 3, progressively got worse, I think, but not by a lot. I think they were still okay movies. I think they were still okay. Better than their other ones. Madam Web had issues. You already know. If you don't know what they are, look them up. I remember it was like the whole scene about him showing up at the cafe or something like that. And I'm like, what the heck? But yeah, definitely way better writers in the Marvel space. And I think they saved themselves because they made what I think when I looked it up today, they worldwide they made $1.18 billion so far. And then opening night in North America, opening night was like 748 million or something like that, which was like it's the top. It even beat Endgame, right?
Yeah,
so
top grossing.
They would have not succeeded at that. Yeah.
No, they would not have. Absolutely not.
They not anywhere close to that if they decided to go the other route. They definitely made the smarter choice. Look, Sony, just put your name on there and let Disney take care of the rest for you.
After this movie, that's what they're gonna do. They're like, okay, we understand. Like the last 2 Spider-Man movies made over $1 billion. We're just gonna let you guys do it. Like there would be no reason for them to try to do it. But what I hear they're gonna do is they're gonna, and I hope they don't, but they're gonna make Miles Morales their central Spider-Man and when they're done with the animated, do live action of Miles Morales. That's what I've heard.
Oh, don't do that.
No,
Wait,
I hope
are you
not.
saying Sony is going to do that, or the MCU?
Sony. I heard Sony is going to use Miles Morales as their main Spider-Man and do movies off of him. That's what I heard. I mean, and because the next one's coming out next year, I think. So even if they do a live action, it wouldn't be for like 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah.
they may want to. It was just one of the rumors that I heard.
I hope they don't. Just because like I think the success of the Spider-Verse is in part to do with just the artwork that surrounds it, just that every universe having such a different way of being viewed, and it's so beautifully done. And I just don't think you could achieve that in a like real life way, right? Like in the end, it would still be CGI, so it's still fake, and you just know it's fake. Like cartoons and animated stuff, like we accept them for what they are because we know they're animated. But when you do that, when you try to do that in IRL, this is why animes fail in part when they're made IRL, because they just don't look good when they're live action. Our brains just cannot accept that what is happening is real because we know it's not. But they're trying to like make it real or pretend that it's real, right? So I think there's that, and it's just like I said, Spider-Verse is just done so beautifully. Like the art is so good. Like why would you want to then try to jeopardize that with making a live version of it? That's crazy to me. Like I hope they don't. If they do, they're gonna. I don't know. I mean, maybe they can succeed, but I highly doubt it. I don't know how you would make it look really, really as good as what we've seen in the last 2 Spider-Verse movies, right? So
right,
but. Yeah. Okay. So here's my next question. Or here's so what was your favorite scene in Brand New Day?
Oh, I'm gonna say when Spider-Man was attacking or fighting with the hand. When he just clicked and then he went into the spiral and just started web shooting everybody and then just all caught like that. I think that was my favorite part. Only because I heard. I didn't watch it because I went to the restroom. That Hulk did a thunderclap in the movie and.
Time out. Now, there's a foul. There's a foul on the play.
I know. I was like, I cannot. I have to go.
Randolph. Are you telling me that you went to the bathroom during the Hulk fight?
No, like, yeah. Yes and no. Like,
oh my God.
I totally missed.
I got to leave right now. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But I came back and he was like, they're like, you missed it. He did the thunderclap. He transformed. I'm like, seriously.
You out of all the scenes that you went to the bathroom,
I know.
So to me, the Hulk fight is my favorite part of the movie by far.
Interesting. Okay. Like, I thought it was really good.
I would have agreed if I watched the whole thing. Maybe if I watched the whole,
Like it wasn't a long scene. The hand scene was longer than the Hulk one, but so this is the one time that I think they did really good with the CG. Because I always go back to Ant-Man and some of the scenes on Endgame where the CG was trash. Man, the CG on Hulk and Spider-Man fighting was really, really good. Like they gave their artists time, which I don't understand why they don't give them time in other movies, but they gave them time. You're going to have to, like, as soon as it comes out or if you go watch it again, please don't use the bathroom because that Hulk is like, he's like Professor-sized Hulk. And then you can tell Jean Grey's trying to control him and he keeps like losing control, getting it back. But when he's done and then he starts just going out and Hulk is doing smart stuff. Like even though he's Hulk, he's still really smart. And he's just the clap, the hitting the floor, just breaking the shocker gauntlet. Like a lot of stuff he does is just really well thought out. It's not just like raging everywhere. It was to me, it was methodical. And it's by far the best fight of the scene. And I'm so disappointed in you that you could not hold it until Spider-Man.
I came back while he was falling.
Oh my God. Randall.
When he was falling? When he had all the bricks like webbed onto him?
Yeah, I was like, wait, is that Hulk? So yeah, no, I get it. When it comes out, I want to go straight to that scene for sure. Like just go straight to it.
You could have went when they were talking and playing with Legos and when he kissed MJ and when he's talking to Punisher, he's talking to his mom in his mind, talking to Elena. Like there's so many talking movies that you could have went to the bathroom.
It didn't hit that time though. It just,
That's so funny.
Be a big boy and hold it. You can hold it.
I know. I was like, I need to go. A lemonade, man.
Bro, I hate when that happens.
I didn't get anything to drink because that movie, any movie over 2 hours, I'm not getting anything to drink because it's going to be a long ass movie.
Yo,
what was yours, Leo?
My favorite part was also the hand fight. The hand fight was just I like the Hulk fight too. I really liked when the Punisher came through and he starts just like just like shooting him and whatever, and then when he's like he's sliding him across the floor and he's still just shooting at him. I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. I'm like, your bullets are not going to do anything to him, but it's still pretty cool.
Exactly. Hey,
I saw that part.
Yeah, that the tag.
I sat down when he was falling.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the part where Spider-Man was like, "You just don't want to fight him," and he's like, "I mean, yeah, would you want to fight him?" Like that part to me was so that was great because no sane person who is not superhuman is going to fight the Hulk at all. So I get the punch. She's like, "Yeah, I don't want to fight this guy anyway." So did you at least see that part?
I think so.
I don't know.
I came in when Spider-Man was pulling Punisher on the floor, like shooting at him, and yeah.
Oh yeah, it was after that. So yeah, you probably missed it.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, no, that I know, and I really enjoyed the chemistry between Spider-Man and the Punisher. I thought that was really good. But the hand scene, fighting the hand in the prison or whatever you want to call it, the detention center or whatever, was so good. And I really loved it. I thought the whole fighting scene was really good. Like that whole the way that the hand was just moving with each character of their group, just like jumping off of them, and they knew what was happening. I'm like, is this because Jean Grey's in their brain, or is it because they're just this good? Like, I was trying to figure that out. Like, are they this like tight that they could just read each other's mind per se?
No,
or is it because Jean Grey's controlling them through?
I think it as Jean Grey was controlling all of them, so they were more in sync because she was controlling everybody.
Yeah,
It was still dope though. I liked it. And then that last scene where he was shooting, he was like pushed his hands together and the all the webs spraying to the side or whatever.
The web tornado
spinning down. Yeah. That was pretty sick. I thought that whole tornado thing was cool. And then obviously, so I'm guessing that this is after the Punisher one last fight.
Yes, this is after that.
I'm guessing, right?
Yes. Yeah, yes, it is.
And so, like, I really enjoy because I really enjoyed One Last Fight. Actually, when after watching One Last Fight, I was like, dang, I wish they made this into a series because this was actually really good. But that last scene where he's going to shoot Jean Grey, and then Spider-Man obviously gets in the way and gets shot in the back. Which I was like, I bet Harvey, right? Or is it Henry? Harvey? Henry Castle.
Frank Castle.
Frank
wow,
Castle.
I was completely. I don't know anybody's name. I'm a poser.
Yeah, no. Oh,
yeah.
He's a John, though.
Frank Castle's like
John.
I'm like, I bet that guy is killing himself right now for shooting Spider-Man. And you can see that. You can see that because I don't think he left his side the entire time Spider-Man or Peter Parker was like in a coma at the hospital. Right, he was just right there the whole time. Yeah, I thought that was that fighting scene was dope. And then just seeing seeing Frank's like how do I say it, like humanity, like getting not softer, but like just trying to reconnect, I guess, because he's very isolated. He kind of just wants to die on his own or whatever. So seeing him trying to become friends with Peter, it's pretty dope. I thought that was really nice. I know that I have friends who were crying when MJ tells Peter that she doesn't love him because that's not the same MJ that he knew, and she doesn't remember any of the things that he remembers. And I'm just like, and they're like, but why couldn't they be together? It's like, homie, they don't. She doesn't remember him. Like,
right?
I knew that they were going to be together.
Yeah,
But I had friends who were just like, no, but they should have been. Like, first of all, she's already dating some other guy, and second of all, like, what do you like? I think, is there a possibility? Yeah, I hope that there is. I hope that in the end that they do end up together. That would be great because why not? I'm a romantic at heart, I guess. But the thing that gives me hope that might happen is the scene between Tom and Ned at the end. That scene, like, that was like, yo, that's just, like when they like started, doing their secret handshake or whatever. That when they start dabbing each other, and then he goes, Peter, and I'm just like, yeah. And his mind might not remember him, but his body does. Like, he's still got that muscle memory from before, what's his face, Doctor Strange,
yeah,
erase everybody's memory of him. But yeah, so I really like that last scene too. That's that scene of them just dabbing each other, and then him going, that moment of recognition, almost like remembrance, I guess. I don't know.
I think that he just remembers that MJ called him Peter when he said Peter. I don't think that he still remembers. That's my theory. I think I agree with the muscle memory that the body still remembers. I just think his mind still is like, no. And yeah, I think he put together that the flower guy, Peter, is Peter Parker. I mean, is Spider-Man. I think he got that. I don't think he remembers their history. I could be wrong, but that's my theory.
I don't think that they remember the history, that Ned remembers the history either. But I think it's just like that like moment of like maybe his mind doesn't know, but yeah, that his body does. Like there's a part of him deep down
okay. So unconsciously you're saying he knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
But I do agree. I can see also that Ned like put the connection that, oh, this Peter is Spider-Man, right? The guy we just hung out with. I hung out with for a whole day and just played with Legos or whatever it is they were playing with.
Yeah, and there was also a theory going around saying that when, like, towards the end of the movie, when Jean Grey was like kind of froze everybody in a certain radius, like they froze them in time and stuff like that, that something that had to do with like Ned and MJ getting their memories back from that whole thing, that whole shenanigans that Jean Grey was doing. But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they were just in fear and they were just like, what the heck was happening, you know? But yeah, there was this theory going around saying that they kind of got the memories back. And that's why Ned is over here saying that, like, oh, you're Peter, whatever.
Interesting.
But what do you think about that?
Well, I think like I would think that then the question becomes, did they lose their memory of him, or did their memories just get fully removed? Like, so the whole idea is that Doctor Strange removed him from reality. And so none of those things ever happened. And so there could never be any of those memories because they never happened to begin with. But that being said, Ned being able to do the handshake when they have never done the handshake before, I am just contradicting myself now because I can also see that being the case. That the memories aren't
your
fully
body
removed,
can remember and your mind cannot remember. Two separate things.
It's like riding a bike.
Can your body remember something that never happened? It happened for Peter Parker, but the moment you remove him from history, from everybody else, then you've never done it.
But I mean, so we're thinking very scientific right now. If we're talking about like the handshake, how I always think. Like, you know, like if you're talking about just a handshake and without him saying, "Oh, Peter," if you're thinking about the handshake, it's just like you're like learning and training your body to ride a bike. And it's the same thing. Like his whole body went through the whole motion of dabbing him up and doing the secret handshake, but the memory of him doing it is not there. Because the spell was mainly it only consisted of make everybody forget me. That had to do with the mind only. It doesn't mean like that. Don't forget about the secret handshake, but just forget that you knew Tom Holland or Spider-Man or whatever, Peter Parker. I think that was the whole spell. I don't think the spell was like forget everything that had happened prior to this event, you know?
And with that being said, then can it be that they could recover their memory from of knowing him? Then yes, I would say that yes, because if you could forget something, you can find it. You can remember.
Well, so the question is, did Doctor Strange remove it completely, or did he just suppress it? If he suppressed it, then yes, I think they can get their memories back. But if he completely took the memory or the knowledge of people knowing who Spider-Man is, then no, I don't think it. It just depends on what they say happened. I hope they never remember. And yeah, so it just depends on where you're going to start will dictate which way they can go with people remembering. Or
the reason is the reason why you're hoping that they don't remember. The reasoning for that is it so that way it's more comic book accurate, because from what I remember in the comic books, like MJ and Peter Parker always had like this off and on kind of relationship, and it wasn't just because of the whole memories and stuff like that. You know, it was just more like he just wanted to be with somebody else, and he was trying to juggle like you said, Joel, like the work-life balance and being Spider-Man. But I feel like where we're at with Spider-Man right now, I personally think it's a little bit more comic book accurate, I think.
So
talking. Go on.
In the comic, in order to save Aunt May, he made a deal with Mephisto, And one of the things was he was gonna lose his marriage with MJ. So he sacrificed his marriage with MJ to bring his grandmother back. And I am not current on comics as far as Spider-Man. I don't think they're still together. I don't think they've ever gotten back together. I think they're still apart. And Spider-Man is always supposed to be has the worst personal issues. He's like, he can't keep a job. He can't keep a girlfriend. He just, his life is a mess. And I think that's mostly always how they portray him. So if he gets with MJ and they live happily ever after, oh my God, happily ever after, that's great. But I still there's so many other girls that he's dated that I want them to grow. And if they did not put MJ and Ned in this movie, I would not have been sad at all. Because at some point they're just going to run out of stuff for them to do. And yes, I understand people want them to be together. People want to be romantic. I get it. But no, let him date Felicia Hardy. Like, he needs to get some from Black Cat or from Catwoman. He needs to date some other girl. And he needs to date...
or Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy. I was going to say Gwen Stacy as well. Like, she needs to die. He needs to date her. Like, there needs to be some tragedy. And he just always...
Was it not enough an Amazing Spider-Man?
Like, even like Cyclops and Jean Grey, Mr. and Fantastic Sue Storm, their relationships are never just like always good. There's always something going on. And it's just how they do comic books. I'm trying to think of some comic book couple that like has a great life and they're a fucking superhero and everything's great. Like, I'm trying to think of any couples in comic books that has that. So I hope him and MJ don't get together. They can stay friends. And if they, like, when she was like, hey, she was like, hey, I don't love you anymore. I'm not that MJ. But then she's like, well, do you want to come up? Like, if they just build a friendship and then she starts to like him and they, build all these new memories, I'm okay with that. If they want to make them together, but she still doesn't have her memories, then I will be okay with that. I don't want her to get her memories back. Yeah, I want it to be fresh in it.
I accept that. I accept that as a good answer. I like that.
But I do understand, Leo, what you're saying as far as... Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, I understand where you want to see them get back, but what else are you going to do with their relationship unless you're going to move them into having kids? Like, what else, if they get together, what is the next movie going to be for them?
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
There has to be some conflict.
I mean, and like you said, there are other characters, other girls that he's been with, so, that he gets.
Yeah, and he was with Gwen Stacy before MJ. So they kind of just skipped Gwen Stacy altogether.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta get Felicia Hardy in there.
Oh, I mean, yes. Like, DC... Like, I know DC did Black Cat twice. Michelle Pfeiffer was a great Black Cat, but it is time they can...
Or Catwoman? You talking about Catwoman or Black Cat?
Catwoman. Well, Black Cat is Marvel, Catwoman is DC, but I'm just saying a cat-like female character, it's been far too long. So if they do Black Cat, it is definitely okay. And like, they could put her Black Cat, if they give him the Venom suit, he could be dating Felicia Hardy because she is kind of like on the wild bad side anyway. So it like the movie writes itself. They just need to do it. All right.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that actually.
I love it.
Right when you said that, I was imagining like that can actually be a great next movie after Secret Wars and Doomsday, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to so I was thinking of something that Randolph talked about earlier, which is the part where they all got frozen. And I saw a clip. There's that scene where the woman gets frozen with the dog, and the dog is barking at her.
Yeah.
That's actually like her just free. Like they're all just frozen in place, and they trained the dog to bark at her as when she did that. I was like, oh, yo, that's kind of dope.
I did see that. Yeah, they had some behind the scenes things where they were like when they were switching. When MJ was not phasing through, I guess, when switching bodies, they were like, oh, like that and stuff. I saw like the behind the scenes. That was pretty cool.
I definitely knew that when MJ and Peter Parker were swinging the first time and she kisses him, I'm like, that's not MJ. Like, as they're swinging, know,
I didn't notice it until after people were talking about it, that she wasn't like freaking out when they were web slinging, and that was the clue that it wasn't her. Because when she every time she web slings, she kind of freaks out. So that one time she didn't. So I didn't notice that. So if you noticed that was really good.
No, I didn't notice that part. I just I was sitting there. I'm like, something tells me Jean Grey has already taken over her body.
She was too calm.
But I didn't realize what it was. But the moment she kissed him, I'm like, 100% not MJ anymore. This is Jean through and through.
Oh, okay.
But no, I didn't notice the freaking out part. Like, I didn't correlate those two things together.
No, yeah.
I'm not that. clever. But okay, so now I just want to get to the thing that I've been wanting to talk about since the beginning of this, which is the part that really pissed me off, which was that end credit scene, which is only really the only complaint I had. Right look, this is what I think. First of all, that end credit scene was garbage. Nobody cares that Spider-Man is leaving. We all know he was going to leave.
I agree.
So you didn't have to put that in the end credit. And second of all, who's tracking him in space? Because it's by eyewitnesses. That's how you track him. He doesn't actually have a tracker on him. So who's on the outer space going, hey, here's Spider-Man. What the heck is he doing in space? Unless it's an astronaut or something. So that was, in my opinion, such a waste of an end credit. Now, here's my end credit scene, which I think would have been a much better end credit scene. You guys can let me know if I'm stupid. But a better end credit scene was Jean Grey getting off of the bus and meeting Professor X. That would have been a sick end credit scene. Because we just see her drive off in the bus, and then that was it. So a greater end credit, that would have been so good. That would have just, like, I don't know, that could have just opened opportunities, you know? Made us, I mean, granted, do they have to do it? No, because they didn't do Blade, and they didn't do the other end credit scene, right? But I think that would have been such a good end credit scene. It's just her getting off the bus, or being somewhere, and Professor X, or even, I don't know what Cyclops' real name is, but Cyclops, you know, like just somebody from the X-Men bumping into her and connecting with her, and that would have been such a better end credit scene, in my opinion.
Okay, not a bad idea. I don't think so. The main reason why I don't think they would have did that is, one, I don't think they're gonna do any, like, I don't think they're gonna show anything about X-Men until after Secret Wars. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And I believe Sadie Sink is supposed to be in Secret Wars or Doomsday, one of the movies. So if they show her with the X-Men, they'd have to explain how she's in Doomsday. Whereas now, if she just went off to the sunset, anything could have brought her in. But I do like, X-Men are by far my favorite comics, by far. So yes, if they would have showed her, or even Professor X coming into hers, like, hey, I sensed you in New York, and, you know, I can help you with your powers. Like, anything like that, yes, I would definitely would have been happy. I don't think they're ready to show us X-Men yet. I don't even know if they've even cast Professor X or yet. So, but it's a good idea, Leo. You're not dumb. It's not a stupid thing that it's a good trailer to end up.
Yeah.
I think that just would have been a better ending than the freaking tracking thingy that we waited for. I'm just like, oh, what was that?
But I mean, like the tracker can be like so much though. Like to me, the tracker thing can mean so much. Like going back to what Jarrell was saying about, like, he had to go out in space to get the symbiote suit, and that could be like, maybe this is where he went while Doomsday was happening. Maybe he went to Battle World where Secret Wars, you know, took place, and that's when he got the Venom suit. I don't know. It could be like a lot of theories at this point, because him just going out in space is just like another Infinity War again. So, well,
yeah, true. No, okay. And here's a question. I totally forgot that I was going to ask this question, because I'm a little confused. So he's going into outer space, but is he cool? Like, okay, we're assuming he's going into outer space because that's what that end credit scene showed us. But is Doctor Doom in this universe, or is he in a different universe? Right? Because so Fantastic Four, they traveled into this universe, right? The MCU universe, because we see it in the end of Thunderbirds, right? That they're like, what's that ship? And it's obviously the Fantastic Four ship coming from somewhere, from a different universe. We know that because their universe is like futuristic 40s or 50s or whatever year you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
So, but is Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four's universe? And are they going to go back to their universe? Or is Doctor Doom coming into this universe and they're fighting him here? I kind of left me a little confused there, and I'm just like, which universe are we fighting in, guys?
You want to hear the theory? Yes, you sure?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So
I think I know what you're gonna say.
So the theory is that Doctor Doom is going to be on the ship with the Fantastic Four. So initially he's going to be. They think he's going to help, and then at some point he's going to do the turn, and then he's the. So that's the theory.
Oh, okay.
So he gets our world with the Fantastic.
Okay. See, and that would clear up a lot of things.
Yeah. The other thing is with the ending credit, they said there was, I didn't see it, but they said there was like rainbow going across the screen, and they said that is Thor's using the Bifrost Bridge, and he's bringing Spider-Man into the space or whatever ship or something like that. I don't remember seeing rainbows, but they said that there was
I
like
don't see it.
there was colors on that little digital screen, and that was Thor Bifrost. Or it could be as simple as someone comes up to Spider-Man like, "Hey, we need you," and he just takes the ship to space, and then someone on the ship has has using the Spidey tracker, and that's how they know Spider-Man is in space.
Okay, so now here's my next question. I dig the answer for the how where they're fighting Doctor Doom and how they're fighting him, right? But in the so I see I knew I shouldn't have watched the trailer, but at the same time I did the Doomsday trailer, right? We see the X-Men, so and we're now confirmed. I'm believing that the X-Men are not in. I'm going to call it this universe because it's just easier. The MCU universe, this universe. They're not in this universe because we just saw Jean Grey, and she is not the same Jean Grey from the X-Men. So they also have to now travel to our universe in order to fight Doctor Doom? Again?
You want to hear the other
where
theory?
my confusion?
Do you want the other confirmation or the other rumor?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other rumor is that they see the X-Men is the world that's going to collide with ours. So they go on the X Factor ship. They go X Factor Fantastic Four ship. They go to the X-Men planet, and that's where they're fighting. And that's when Doom raises all the Sentinels, and that's when he does his turn. Is on the X-Men planet. That's the theory.
Okay, so
all the heroes you saw in the trailer fighting the X-Men, they're all on the ship that go for Doctor Doom or with Doctor. He's with them, and they go to the X-Men planet to. I'm assuming destroy the planet or decide what they're going to do so the planets don't collide, and that's when the X-Men and the heroes from 616 fight the Avengers, and then Doom is part of that, and then at some point he turns and start trying to kill everyone, and that's when Thor tries to fight him, and that's when he raises the Sentinels. Like all that is the rumor mill as far as like how they get to X-Men, how they get to the X-Men and all that stuff.
My question is that in the end of Thunderbolts, when they saw that the Fantastic Four ship, wasn't that ship like in orbit of the Sacred Timeline's Earth?
I assume that was the Earth. I thought that was the 616 Earth.
Right, like the MCU, right?
Oh yeah, the Sacred Timeline.
Correct.
Yes,
yeah, correct.
So
because they saw them.
Yeah, so I'm like, how are they gonna? Are they just gonna bypass 616 and then they're just gonna go straight to X-Men world?
No, I think they're
Fox
they
World,
land,
you know.
I think they land, and then that's when the scene they show everyone meeting each other first time is when the Fantastic Four lands. They do all their talking, all the explaining, and then they go to the X-Men world. So like, okay, hey, these worlds are going to collide. We neither need to destroy their world or both our worlds going to decide. So some people are on board with this. Some people are not on board with it, but they go anyway. And then they start fighting the X-Men because the other rumor is the X-Men have been fighting other planets for decades because the X-Men have been messing with timelines since the beginning of the X-Men movies. So they're hardcore. They already know what you.
That's so true. They have been.
So this X-Men already knows like, okay, we got to fight another group of heroes to save our world. So we're just another group that they're trying to fight, and then that's when all the shenanigans starts to happen.
Oh, that makes more sense because they got Gambit against Shang-Chi.
Yes, so. Nightcrawler fights Mr. Fantastic.
Right.
But so that's the theory as far as how the movie's supposed to go. Supposedly.
Wow. That's a crazy thought. I have mixed emotions about that, but
make sure you spoilers before that all that goes, because some people might not want to know that.
rumors.
Yes.
We don't know if it's confirmed yet, guys, but you know.
And then
you can't tell it now. You got to put a disclaimer before I start talking about spoiling the movie.
Yeah, and for those of you guys that are watching this on YouTube, put a comment down below what you think that end credit means in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm interested to see it and hear about what other people have their thoughts about the end credits, because that's very vague. Like, it's so vague. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy could have kidnapped him from like what I can think of, you know?
Correct.
Like, it could be a lot of things.
So many different things. We just know we all just assume he's either going to be in Doomsday or Secret Wars, one of the two, or both, or whatever.
Correct. So officially, we don't really know which one he's going to be.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
And so that's why, like, for me, I was just like, okay, cool. Thanks a lot for that little in detail, but we already know that's going to happen. You should have given us a different one, but that's beside the point. I don't dive into a lot of the theory, like the what can be or the hypothesis and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to hear what you were saying, Jarrell. I thought that was pretty dope. I can't wait to see, like, I think Doomsday comes out December-ish, December something.
Yeah, December
rather.
18.
That's when it is.
Can't
so
wait.
I'm looking forward to that. See how that goes. Just one more shout out before I am done. Right, my last shout out is Yelena. Awesome stuff. So funny. I love her character so much.
That's not big. That's not small potato. It's big potato.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't
big.
I don't deal with the small potato
Big potato.
stuff. I deal with big potato stuff. That sounds like small potato stuff. I'll just die like, welcome to my office. Just like a hot spot, a hot springs. I just like, yo, her character is so good. She does such a
I
good
just
job
want to make
with her
this really clear. She is the best thing that's happened to Marvel after Endgame. To me, there's no better
I
character.
agree.
Like, there's no better actress. Like, every time she's on the screen, she just steals everything. And like, the fact that she's not in more stuff. I mean, she's been in enough stuff, and I'm happy with everything that she's in. Like, her being in Hawkeye was just like the best thing, because you actually got to see her more than like 20 minutes or half an hour or however long the movie is, or the movies are. But for her to be in that show and just to show up in this, and I didn't know she was even going to be in there. I love her. I mean, she is gorgeous, just in itself, but the way she plays that character, I love it. And I appreciate that she has not changed her accent, whereas some characters change their accents through movies.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet, oh my God. She has been consistent, and I appreciate that 100%. I love her. Best thing in Marvel, bar none.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy her character too. I completely agree. Her character in this has been phenomenal. Like Thunderbolts would not have been. Is it Thunderbolts or Thunderbirds? Thunderbolts.
100%. 100%.
Like her.
Did you see Hawkeye?
Her. Yeah, I did, and I vaguely remember her in Hawkeye, right? The TV show, right? It was a TV show, wasn't it?
It was a TV show.
Yeah. No, but in like Thunderbolt. So is it Thunderbolt or Thunderbird? Did somebody answer me that? Thunderbolts, right?
Bolts.
With an asterisk on it because they didn't want to. Yeah, they didn't want to associate it with the president, with Harris's Ford character. But yeah, no, like her character in that was like, so obviously she's like the central part of that whole movie, but she just works so well with all the other characters, and now seeing her in this just be like the comedic relief, but in such a good way. Like it's just classy and it's so funny. I just loved her character all the way through. Yeah, she does a phenomenal job.
Yeah, she's great. She's great, 100%.
But yeah, anything else? Anything else anybody wants to say?
No. But
Brando,
I'm gonna.
Did you mention anything that you didn't like about the movie?
No, I just want to mention the fact that I didn't see the whole scene of Hulk, so just very disappointed in myself right now.
You should be.
No, I think the only disappointment that I did was I just kept hearing a whole bunch of rumors about him becoming the Man Spider with his little 4 arms.
Oh yeah.
Could have sworn that he was going to become that, because like even in the animated series, he goes crazy as he's the Man Spider. So I thought that's what was going to happen, but it was just him just getting his most like his true powers, I guess, on the directed side of things. But other than that, the movie, hands down, I give it like a 10 out of 10 for sure. Like,
oh wow, okay.
I think this is my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I can say that right now for me.
I have to agree with being the best of his 4. Yeah, four. Yes, 4.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was 4. Yes, 4.
Definitely his best one so far. I give it like a solid 9.5. 9.5. It was.
Is it because that end credit
really
scene
good.
gave it that 0.5 off?
Yeah, that freaking credit scene, bro. That freaking credit scene.
It was bad.
It was just, and granted, it has nothing to do with the movie, right? And I guess it shouldn't really. But I feel like it was really, really good. I would totally rewatch it. Like if I had somebody say, "Hey, let's go watch Spider-Man in theaters," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll go watch it again." Sure. Like I would not complain about it. Because maybe I'll catch some other stuff on there that I didn't catch the first time around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it, and I really liked his like interactions with the Punisher, with Frank. It was just so good, and with MJ and with Ned. Like it was like they have such good chemistry, you know. So yeah, 9.5 for sure.
I give it 8.5. Homecoming is still my favorite Spider-Man. This is No Way Home number 3, and then Far From Home number 4. It's a great movie. I liked it, but there are some things that I just didn't like. Like the end scene credit to me definitely was a waste. But yeah, 8.5 easily.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, so it went from 10, 9.5 to 8.5, guys.
It's still a great movie. Go see it if you haven't seen it already, which I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it. But yeah, definitely go see it. It is a good movie. I personally am just not a Tom Holland fan in general. I don't like his acting. I don't think he can act, honestly. So that in itself, it'll never get a 10 just because I'm not a, like, he did good in Odyssey, but I feel like even if he's mad, sad, or happy, his facial expression does not change enough. I know why he got the movie. He got the part because of his athleticism. He danced and he's very athletic. I get that. And he's a good Spider-Man. I just don't like his acting.
What about No Way Home when Aunt May passed away? What did you think? What did like his acting, or even when Tony Stark passed away?
So when he's when he acts with Zendaya, to me it shows how not a great actor he is, because anyone else who does really good acting, I don't feel like they steal the scene. He's supposed to be the lead. He doesn't feel like he doesn't carry any scene to me. He doesn't hold any. And Marissa Tomei outacted him, dying. So yes, was he crying? Was he mad when he was about to when he was about to kill Green Goblin? Yes, I can see his face was mad, but I just feel like maybe it's his facial expressions. I don't like his facial expressions. They're just very. I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. I just don't like. He's just not a great actor to me. That's all. And if you want to see his acting, go watch Oh my God, what's that Sony game that he did?
Uncharted.
Yeah, that movie was horrendous, and all his movies are not that great except for Odyssey, and Odyssey wasn't his movie. Like if you go watch any of, I'm sorry, if you want to go watch any of his movies, he's a lead. They're not great movies. So either he picks wrong movies, or they just don't know how to direct him, because he always looks the same no matter what it is. So Spider-Man will never get a 10 just because I love the movies. He's a good Spider-Man. He's not my favorite Spider-Man. I just don't think he can act. So
but he makes one heck of a Spider-Man though. So that's all that matters, right?
He's a good Spider-Man. He's a good Spider.
You think Andrew Garfield does a better Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man of the live action. To be honest, Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie. And those two movies to me are better than any of the live action movies. I will argue anyone about an origin movie that is better than those two movies. The Spider-Verse is great. Another reason I don't like the Tom Holland is because a lot of his stuff is from Miles Morales. Peter Parker doesn't have a Ned Lee. The Ned character, which I forget his name in the comic books, that's all from Miles Morales. That's from his story. That's from his origin. He has a guy in the chair. Peter Parker never had a guy in the chair. So just a lot of the stuff is from Miles Morales' story. So that's why whenever they do a Miles Morales story, they can't do his origin, because Peter Parker did a lot of his origin.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is by far the best Spider-Man movie.
I mean, it is fantastic. I think that one is definitely a 10.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode. Don't forget to follow us on IG, Facebook, X, and TikTok. You can catch all of the videos and our content here on YouTube. Please leave a review, as it's going to help our podcast grow. And join our community on Discord. And thank you for hanging out with us. Just don't forget to turn it to 11.